Okay, so this is the ECDL PowerPoint question and resources. It's a mini walkthrough before your exam. The reason why you're watching this one rather than having just a simple practice or doing the diagnostic is because you've had a go at the exam and you've got a score of between 40 and 65–70%. Okay, so there are a couple of key questions that I'm going to go through, which when we look at what people got wrong, this is where they seem to be losing the majority of the marks. Okay, so hopefully if you go through these, there's only 19 of the questions. I'm going to go through them relatively quickly. This resource is then available to you so that you can kind of practice, but we've only got half an hour or so to get through this, and then we're going to have a go at the exam again. Okay, so the theory behind it is if you got 65% quite recently, we should be able to nail off 75% relatively without too much fuss. Okay, so these are the questions that I've highlighted as being the ones that we need to concentrate on. Question number 1, which is question number 4, switch to the chess presentation. I'm going to just open 2 up, okay, and show you what it means by that. Okay, so here we have 2 PowerPoints, or we should have 2 PowerPoints. There's the first one. Open the second one. So we've got 2 PowerPoints along the bottom. Okay, so we've got Q5 and Q8. So how to switch between PowerPoint presentations. You don't just click at the bottom. That's not how you do it. Okay, so what you would have to do is go to View and click on Switch Window. And if you click on Switch Window, you can see that the one ticked is the one we're on. And the reason why they want you to do this is so that you don't get confused. So if you've got 2 file names that are very similar, number 1, you can see the whole of the file name, and number 2, you can see which one you're actually on because it's the one that's ticked. So in the exam, click on that one. I'll show you that again. See how it's now ticked. Click on that one. It bounces to the next PowerPoint. Okay, so I'm going to close that one down, and that would be question number 4. Question number 5, change the username to Bob Kane. Okay, I've got the resource still open, so there's the PowerPoint. The username is in File and Options. You've done this a few times, or you will have done by the time you've done all the exams. You can see the username is set to Mr. Edwards. When you go on, it'll be something different in the exam, but you just simply type in whatever it tells you to do there. In this case, it's Bob Kane. There's the question, Bob Kane. There's the username. Change it, click OK, and that's that one done. Question number 8, select the view mode that is best suited for quick editing. Okay, so the view mode that is best suited for quick editing. So you can see my PowerPoint probably looks a little bit like that for you. You've got the notes open, although you don't get to see much of it at the bottom. Quick editing, if you go to view, you can change that to outline view. Okay, and the reason why it's so good for editing is because you can simply edit the text on every slide relatively easy. So all you get to see on for each slide is the written format, so the title and then the bullet point number 1. When you click on it, title, bullet point number 1, so we can make very quick changes. So you can see how that T's appeared here just by simply clicking on the left hand side. Okay, so going back to the question, select the view mode that is best suited for quick editing. Okay. Question number 9, what is considered good practice when creating slide content? What is considered good practice when creating slide content? And you'll get a multiple choice set of questions, and it's anything to do with a list. Okay, so if we look at any of the resources that we've got, they kind of give you it away. You know, look how that's a bullet point list. Okay, look how that's a numbered list. All to do with lists. Okay, short content, very little words, written word. So if you go through the choices, use of numbered lists, use of long phrases, use of sound effects on every slide, use of several different fonts. It's the use of lists. Okay. Question number 12. Change the view mode to normal view. Difficult for me to show you this, but that's normal view. Okay. with the scroll bar, as you would normally expect PowerPoint to look. Left hand side, lots of bullet points. When it comes up to the exam, it will probably be slide sorter. Okay, and all you have to do is either click on the bottom, normal view, or to go to view and click on normal. Question number 13. On slide 1, change the layout to a title slide. So if we look at the slide 1, it'll be a very specific type of slide. Okay, so slide 1, go to layout, is currently set to a title only slide. So the question wants it to be a title slide. So layout, title slide. So the difference between a title only layout and a title slide. So you've got lots of different types of layout, okay, in home layout. So there it is, home layout, title slide. You can see it changes slightly. Okay, question number 8. Remove the image of the chess piece from the bottom right corner from all slides. The clue there is from all slides. Again, if you cast your mind back to when we taught you this in lessons, we did a lot of work on Slide Master, where you can put things and set the background color and put images on all slides, almost as a theme. So it's the chess piece on all the slides that you can see in the bottom right hand corner. You know it's part of Slide Master because you can't click. I'm clicking as hard as I can, nothing's happening. So I can't get rid of the pictures on any of them, so I know it's part of the default layout of the slide. So we need to go to View, we need to go to Slide Master, and we need to scroll to the very top. Okay, it will depend on what slide you actually clicked on as to whereabouts it stops to begin with. So slide all the way to the top, click on the very top slide, click on the chess piece, press delete, and then close the Slide Master view. So you can see now the slides disappeared. Okay, I'll show you that again. There's the Slide Master. If I go on the second one down, I can't get rid of the chess piece. So if I'm in Slide Master and I still can't get rid, then you know that you've not clicked on the very top one. So there it is, press delete, close the Slide Master view. It's job done. Question number 19. Enter the text chess in the footer of all slides. The word chess. So on the bottom of the slide you want the header and the footer. Again, we don't use this very often in PowerPoint, but if we go to, there's a couple of ways you can do this actually, but if you go to probably insert, I think it is, yeah, insert, and you click on header and footer. So let's read the question again. Enter, it could have said insert the text chess piece, but anyway, insert, header and footer, tick the box footer, write the word chess. Make sure it's case sensitive, so if the question's capital C, make sure it's capital C, that's fine. And that will apply all to all slides when you click apply to all slides. So just check it, there you go, the word chess appears on all the slides, so we're happy with that one. Question number 20. Okay, about halfway through. Alright, and we're 8 minutes in. Apply automatic slide numbering to all slides in the presentation. Automatic slide numbering. Okay, so again in header and footer, we should be able to click on slide number. Okay, and that will put it on the slides above the footer chess, the footer that says chess. Tick the box slide number. Okay, and apply to all. So we get slide 1, 2, 3. So that's applying automatic slide numbering to all the slides. Question number 30. On slide 5, decrease the indent from the name Steinitz and make it a part of the numbered list. So let's have a look on slide 5. So go to slide 5. So you can see that the bullet points, or the numbered points, are slightly wrong. You can see that the Steinitz has been moved in one. Okay, so how do we move that one back? Well, when you click on it, you can go and you can see these two areas here in paragraph, where you've got decrease and increase, so we need to decrease the list level for the word Steinitz. So click on the word Steinitz and then click back one, and you know you've done it correctly because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is question number 32 on slide 5. Decrease the indent. Question number 31 on slide 5. Increase the line spacing for the numbered lists on 2 lines. On slide 5. Okay, let's have a look at slide 5. Okay. Increase the line spacing. Right, okay. So basically this area here, we want to go to paragraph, and there's a little drop down arrow just next to the bottom of paragraph, and what we can do there is we can look at the indents and spacing, and we've got the spacing, line spacing is currently set to a single line spacing in between. So I've highlighted what I wanted to do it to, so I've highlighted all the text, open the paragraph up and change line spacing from single to double, which is 2. Click OK. So it just about fits on the page, but that's what they've asked you to do. 2 lines, that's double line spacing. Okay, so even though it looks a bit silly at the moment, that's what they want. Slide 8. Apply value data labels. So some of the questions that people got wrong were to do with how we put stuff on graphs, and we've done lots of work on PowerPoint to do this, so there's no excuses really, apart from maybe not understanding what data value labels are. So let's have a look. On slide 8, apply value data labels to all bars in the chart. The position of the data labels is not important, so I can put them anywhere I like. Okay, so first jump, go to slide 8. Okay, you can see that there is a bar chart, okay, and you can see it's China, Ukraine, but interestingly there are no numbers on them. So the data value labels are numbers corresponding, so there'll be something like 2,650 probably in that red bar. So we need to actually apply them. So if we click on it, on the right hand side you've got these 3 icons. One is a plus, which is a chart, adding a chart element, and inside there we can click on data labels, and we can also click on the arrow and choose where we want them to be. So it did say it didn't matter where it was, so I could have just left it with a tick if I'm honest, but I'm just going to put them in the center so you can clearly see them. 2,651 close. Okay, so that's adding a data label. Just out of interest, when you go into that arrow there on a pie chart, you can set percentage. Alright, obviously on a bar graph there's no such thing as percentage. Okay, but if that was a pie chart, so I'll just show you how we can change that graph. So I'm going to just change the chart type, okay, to a pie chart. Click OK, and then you'll see in that data labels area we have a choice now of more options, and we can click on percentage. Okay, so one question might ask you to do that. On slide 8, change the yellow bar, that's Ukraine, to blue. On slide 8, change the yellow bar, that's Ukraine, to blue. Now when I click on it, can you see all these little dots around the outside? That shows that if I change the colour now, it'll change the colour. So shape fill, it'll change the colour of all of them. So I don't want to do that, okay? It doesn't ask me to change them all, it just says change the yellow one. So I'll click off it again and I'll show you how we do that. We click on it once, you pause for a second or two, and then you click on it again, and you can see that the dots now only surround the bar, that's the yellow bar for Ukraine. The red one and the blue one are left alone. So we now go from the Home tab into the Chart Tools type, go to Design or Format, it's Format actually, and choose a shape fill. That's blue, I think it said. So we've changed that to blue. Let's just check that question. Yeah, to blue. Okay. Importantly, it's saying without changing the chart style. So you can't cheat and choose one of these things here. Okay, you can't choose chart styles. Okay, so that's that question answered. Question number 41. Okay, 15 minutes in. On slide 10, insert a hierarchy organizational chart layout labeled organizational chart. So there's two parts to this. We need to get a hierarchy organizational chart in, and we need to label it organizational chart. So let's have a look. Slide 10. Okay, so it's already got organization written on there. So the second part, oh no, organization chart. Okay, insert a smart art, a hierarchy chart, and a organizational chart. Click OK. And then the labeling side of things. Insert hierarchy organization layout labeled organizational chart. So we need to change that. Okay. That's it. Okay, so I've inserted a hierarchy chart and I've changed the title to organizational chart. Organization. Spelled it wrong. Chart. Okay, so that's that one answered. Question number 42. On slide 10, demote the box North America so that it will appear below the box South America. Again, we've done quite a bit of work on organizational charts. So all we've got to remember is that when we click on it, we should be able to go to the design tool of that smart art. So if it doesn't appear, what we're looking for is this box here, the create graphic box. And if we click on North America now, we can demote him. Okay, so I'll show you that again. Click off it completely, click onto the graph, click on the design tool, make sure you've got these things here, and then choose the one. You can either do it via the text pane by clicking the text pane on, click on North America and demote. Okay, or you can click on the actual icon and you get these things come live. So on slide demote North America so it appears below South America. Don't try and drag it. Okay, alright, if I show you how to do that again one last time, close that down, don't need it. Demote. Don't try and drag it, just got to use the buttons. 58 on slide 12, add the note exercise. Okay, so just because it's one word, it's a bit catches a few people out. Really, all it's asking you to do is scroll down to slide 12. Okay, was it slide 12? Yep. And in the notes section, which I showed you earlier, mine was maximized, but there it is. Write the word. Close it down accidentally. Write the word on slide 12 in the note section called exercise. Okay, make sure you hit everything. Okay, and make sure you spell everything correctly. Question number 59. Change the output format for the presentation to overhead. So if we go into File, File and Print, we should be able to go to Page Layout. Okay, slight change in. Okay, let's see the question again. What am I looking for? Change the output format. Okay, sorry, output format. So if we go into slideshow, no, view, no, what the hell is it? Oh, design. Okay, looking for design, and we're looking for slide size, custom slide size, and we're able to change that to an overhead. Okay, if you remember for 2010 it was in a slightly different place, so I don't know whether they'll ask you a question like that, but you've just got to be able to sniff around like I just did then. Okay, and it doesn't look like it made much change, but it would do probably when we print it out. Okay, so again, design, slide size, and customize the slide. Alright, here you can change the orientation as well, and also the width and the height. 2 to go. Change the slide orientation. I've just showed you that, so I'll show you that again. Okay, it's in slide. No, it's not. It's in design, slide size, and changing that to portrait. Okay, just be careful which one you choose, because obviously you've got notes, handouts and outline as well as the slides. So if it says on there change the output, slide orientation, then you need to do the slide orientation. Maximize to fit. There we go. And last question. Save it as a specific style of file. Okay, it doesn't ask you to change the name. You don't start typing PowerPoint 2013. You click on Save As. You probably need to find the Z file, which I obviously don't have, so I'm just going to stick it in the operating system, and it's changing this Save As type. So the last thing is to click on that and choose that one. You'll notice it didn't ask you to change the file name. Read the question again. Save this presentation as PowerPoint 97 to 2000 presentation format. Okay, nothing to do with file name. Okay, so that's the format. 97 to 2000, and then click save, which I won't do. Okay, so that's the questions that I think are the most likely ones to get people stuck on. And if you got all of them right, you would definitely get at least 75%. So good luck with the exam. That was 23 minutes you've been listening to me. Hopefully now you've got a bit of time just to have a look at this resource and maybe have a little bit of a practice. Good luck.